Hi, this is Vanessa with Designs by Vanessa. In this video, we are going to learn how to crochet the simple stitch for Tunisian crochet. I'm using category 5 bulky weight yarn, and so I'm going up to a 9mm crochet hook, Tunisian crochet hook. So to cast on, and this is how you would start off with a lot of the Tunisian stitches. So you want to start with a slip knot. And you want to chain as many chain stitches as the pattern calls for, or the width or length of whatever project you're working on. So you want, I'm going to chain 10. So I have 10 stitches here. I'm going to start working into the second chain from the hook. So this is the first chain and this is the second chain, and I'm going to turn it so that I'm working through the back hump. So the back loop, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now with Tunisian, you leave your loops on your hook and you just start collecting them as you go. So make sure you get the right size for the project you're working on. Otherwise there will be no room for all of your stitches. So into the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Okay, so your very first loop counts as your first stitch. Insert into the next stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Alright, so I am at my last stitch. I'm going to insert it in the last stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now you should have the same stitches, number of stitches as you did when you chained. So for the return pass, you always want to start with a chain 1. So yarn over and pull up a loop, just do one stitch. Okay, so that's your edge stitch. You always want to start your return pass with a chain 1. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Okay, yarn over and pull through 2. And the last 2. Okay, so this is pretty much the base or foundation for a lot of the Tunisian stitches. So now we can start working the Tunisian simple stitch. And now you want to insert your hook into this vertical bar. The first one you will never work into because it's part of this loop, and this counts as a stitch. So the first stitch that you're going to work is through the second vertical bar, yarn over, and pull up a loop. And you leave your stitches on your hook and move them to the right as you're working along the piece. Next stitch, make sure you don't catch the back loop, just through the front, one loop, vertical bar, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Okay, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. Okay, insert through the next one, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So for the very last stitch, you always want to go through 2 loops on the edge. Okay, and then yarn over and pull up a loop. All right, so again, your return pass is always going to start with a chain 1, and then yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so there's your return pass. So this one down here is actually your first row, and to complete this one you want to work a forward pass, working it the same way you just did by starting on the second vertical bar, yarning over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next one, yarn over and pull up a loop. Okay, so that's pretty much the repeat, is this forward pass and then working the backwards pass. Okay, so here's my last stitch. Remember, the edge stitch, you go through 2 loops. Okay, 2 loops, yarn over and pull up a loop. Okay, so let's work the return pass. Again, you always start with a chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and work this repeat all the way back. Alright, so I'll go ahead and work a few more rows. And I've just completed a return pass going from this side to this side. So now I'm ready to cast off. To cast off, you want to work your stitches just like you would the Tunisian Simple Stitch. So insert your hook into the second vertical loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you want to pull through the loop on your hook. Okay, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through the loop on your hook. Insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through the loop on your hook. So this is very similar to casting off with knitting needles. So if you were knitting, you'd have this loop, and then you would bind off by moving this loop here over your needles. We're just doing that with the hook. Also, in crochet terms, it's like working a slip stitch. Okay, so you just work that all the way across, and then into the last stitch, as always, you want to go through 2 loops on the edge, yarn over, pull through and through. Okay, so that is the Tunisian Simple Stitch. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video.